Hello, everyone. Welcome. Please turn your cameras on so we can see you.
I can see only 6.
Hi, Ingela.
Hello, Kathy.
How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. Hi.
Nice to see you. I'm just trying
Hey,
to see.
Sabrina. Hey, Sinia. Hello, Dominic. Hello, Corey. Hello,
So
Isabella.
all
Hello,
in, I
Karen.
guess we can start, right?
Yes, we can start.
So
Welcome,
welcome
everyone.
everybody. Tonight's free life coaching with Ingela Larsson Smith. This meeting is an opportunity to see how a regular life coaching with Ingela goes, as well as to understand a little bit more about what True Connection is. And to introduce myself, I'm Jana. I'm from Switzerland. I have a sport horse and I had some issue like jumping a ditch or just like bring her calm, like, yeah, that she's relaxed again. And True Connection for me is really something which helped me to build so much better connection with my horse that she now can relax when I ask her for something most of the times. And Ingela has also several virtual courses, as well as she does also live courses. So at the end, we will talk about a bit more about these online courses. And now Ingela will introduce herself just shortly. And then we will start with questions. So if you have a question, on the bottom of the Zoom, you have this little icon, and there you can raise up your hand, and then I will pick someone. Yes.
If you have trouble and you don't know how to raise that little hand, you can write in the chat box next to that you don't know how and you need help, and we will explain it because it changes every time Zoom does an update. But good evening, everyone, or good morning to some of you from America. I'm really happy to have you all here. So this is going to be great. I'm Ingela. I don't want to take much time with my introduction because I would really like to leave time for questions that you might have. So just a little bit about my past. I was born in Switzerland. I have loved horses from the beginning. I'm a total horse freak. I was talking about horses since the age of 2. That's all I wanted to do. I moved to the UK when I was 20 and stayed there for 17 years. I competed up to advanced intermediate in eventing and I rode up to Grand Prix level in dressage, but got more and more interested in natural horsemanship. And my own personal journey was that I was, I had a difficult mare that I evented. I didn't know that it was a lead mare. And I only was familiar with natural horsemanship systems that are based on the dominant stallion. So this really didn't work for my lead mare very well. She stayed nervous, she stayed stressed, but I was able to progress to quite a high level in natural horsemanship. And then later I developed my own system called True Connection. And it's based on the communication that the lead mare is using to communicate to the rest of the herd. And I'm also very interested in helping horses find inner relaxation so that they would come into a state of relaxation even when they are asked to do a movement that takes collection or engagement and not a relaxed body, but that they could be relaxed in their hearts. So I enjoy very much helping people to learn how to create a true connection, a so-called heart connection with their horses, so that the horse actually chooses the human, not because it has to come, but because it wants to be with the person and trusts the person like a horse in a herd would trust the lead mare. Because in a nutshell, the dominant stallion in the wild is responsible for herd structure. Where is everybody and what is everybody doing? But the lead mare is responsible for safety of the herd and for decision making. She's the one that runs ahead and everybody follows. So that's what I want to be. I want to be the one that brings the idea, is responsible for the safety of my horse, and my horse follows my thought and my idea because it trusts me as the lead. So that's what I've been working on in my life, and that is also what I'm teaching. So Jana is one of my students and has made great progress with her horse. And True Connection, you can summarize in a nutshell to a heart connection with the horse, communication through thought and energy, max a body cue, then creating a fearless horse where you really help the horse release all of those fears and come into an inner state of relaxation. And lastly, that you are building a relationship that is so beautiful that everybody that is watching you would like to have it too. But your horse will be motivated, light, calm, relaxed, attentive. So not so relaxed that the horse is super lazy and doesn't move. That's not what we mean. The horse can be exuberant and excited, but very connected to you. Okay, so over to you, Jana.
So since I do not have, no, there's no hand yet. So we start with one question, and in this time you still can raise your hand. So what do you do when you go with a horse somewhere, or no, you do an exercise with your horse and then suddenly the horse is afraid? What do you do?
Okay. So this is a very common occurrence that all horse people are very familiar with. Our horse is attentive, it is listening to us, we're doing something together, and suddenly there is a noise or there is a person or any kind of distraction, maybe another horse, and our horse takes the focus off us or what we are doing onto what is out there. And this can be very, very challenging. It depends on how much your horse reacts or the age of the horse, the level of training of the horse. But for me, I do the same with every horse. It doesn't matter if it's a horse that I have at liberty and it's not able to lead yet, or it's a horse that has been ridden for 15 years. For me to be the lead of the horse, I have to be the one that the horse looks to. That means the horse, it's something that can't be forced. The horse needs to choose me as the one that gives him all the ideas, but not just all the ideas. The horse must absolutely believe, excuse me, that I'm the one who keeps him safe. I'm responsible for his safety. If a horse believes that, he is relaxed with me. Meaning, let's say I'm with my horse in the arena and my horse hears a noise in the forest or sees something and it looks up to check what it is. But I have a look as well and I go, this is nothing, and I relax. My horse would immediately, because it looks to me as the lead, say, it is nothing, and relax as well. That's what I'm looking for. If a horse is not doing that, it is because the horse goes into self-protection. The horse actually believes that there is something out there that is a potential danger. Maybe the horse is not afraid yet, but the horse switches very fast from the parasympathetic nervous system, that's the rest, digest, relax mode, to the sympathetic nervous system, that's flight, fight, or freeze. So the horse, I'm sure you've all seen it, the horses are grazing in the field. Someone is coming with a feed bucket, the heads come up, and there's a little piece of grass still hanging out of the mouth, and there's no more chewing or digesting. But the horse is not afraid yet. He's just checking. it means the sympathetic nervous system got more activated. Now the horse is in a state of alertness, freezes. He's looking, and then he says, oh, this is just my owner with a feed bucket. Everything is okay. And the horse continues to graze. That's one option. Or the horse says, oh no, it's a lion, and it runs away. But there is this moment where the horse is checking the danger and goes from having the parasympathetic nervous system more activated to the sympathetic nervous system more activated. And in that moment, this is the moment of the horse's instinctual behavior and self-protection. He is going to look out for himself. Now, I would like to be his lead, and I like to be the one looking out for him. So it might be that he hears something, but when he sees me relax and I'm relaxed, the horse would come back into relaxation and say, okay, if the lead mare says it's okay, it's okay. So what would I now be doing physically or emotionally or mentally if I have a horse when I'm in the arena and it looks at something? Okay. Step one, I also look and I say, I see it. Step two, I relax, I breathe, I say, it's nothing to worry about. Maybe that's enough. Maybe not. Maybe the horse does not believe me that I'm the lead and it's going, oh, no, no, no. There is something in that forest and it's potentially scary. Maybe I need to run away. And the horse's neck comes up and the neck gets longer and longer and it's looking. Now, me also looking and breathing and relaxing, it's not going to work. The horse is already in a state of self-protection. He already doesn't believe I'm the lead. He is going to take care of himself. Yeah. So either he's going to say it's nothing and he relaxes himself without me, or he's going to run or try to run. So what I'm going to do is I am going to give the horse another option, because in that state of looking at what's scary, the horse has only one option: to keep his attention there and figure out what to do. Everybody understand so far? Yes? Good? Okay. So I will bring in a second option. The second option, it's me. You could also choose to come to me and I promise that with me you can have peace, love, and rest, and I protect you, and you can relax, and there's nothing you need to worry about. It is what a prey animal wants. They don't like stress. So how would I do that? I am looking just for one flick of an ear or one turn of an eye toward me. So if I would be, let's say I'm at liberty and the horse is at the distance from me, but just a minute ago he was maybe trotting around me to the left, now he stops and he looks in the forest. Well, I would go toward his hindquarters and I would think about the space under his hindquarters, and the horse would feel my energy and I would also walk there, and I might move my body or my stick or something just enough to get the horse's attention. I'm not directing my energy at the horse, but at this place under his feet. And I would walk probably at the 45-degree angle towards the hindquarters. So the 45-degree being between the tail and the hindquarters. And then the moment the horse would turn one ear, because the horse will hear me approach, even though he has two eyes and two ears looking somewhere else, that very moment I see one flick of the ear, I'll stop and back up. I acknowledge that the horse has noticed me. I just say thank you. So with this, I disrupted the behavior. His full attention was over there, and just for a split second, his attention came on me. I retreat. And I do this again and again and again until, and I don't go to the horse. I'll just get his attention, and then maybe his ear stays on me a little bit longer. If you do this, you're giving the horse a second option. So after a while, we might have to do this for 2 or 3 minutes. You might have to do it for 10 seconds. It depends. All of a sudden, the horse might turn both his eyes and ears toward me, look at me, or even come to me. I'm not pulling on him, drawing him, and say, come. I'm just standing there, relaxed, and I say, over here is a safe zone. The stuff in the forest is nothing. And the horse might come and stand with me for a second or two. And after that, be a little bit stressed again and go and check it out. And I keep doing that until the horse chooses that feeling of rest with me over the feeling of stress by himself over there. Does that answer the question, Jana?
Yes.
Okay. If any of you have a question, please raise your hand or wave at me if you don't know how to raise your hand, and you're very welcome to ask. And don't be shy. Don't be shy about asking questions. There's no silly questions. Every question is valid. It can be a question at any level. It does not matter. You can ask whatever you want. Okay. Sarah, you can unmute yourself.
You have to unmute yourself, Sarah. We can't hear you.
I send you a request, Sarah. Then you can maybe just click the button.
No.
Now.
It's
Okay.
done. No? Okay.
Yeah.
I just forgot the question. It's about the same topic. If I'm with the horse walking and it's great, I can go until the point there is when I start at the stable, it's normal, and then there's one point where it's no more okay. And what should I do then there? I wait until she licks the lips, and then I turn around and go back. Should I just stay at this point and go further, or go back more?
Okay, Sarah, that's a really great question. Many people have this question because it's not just if we want to take the horse for a walk. It can also happen at a competition. It can happen when a horse is in a stable and we take another horse away. This question, unless it's a specific object that your horse sees that it's worried about, yeah. So maybe we'll cover that first. But
it's not an object. It's
just away from the
something.
stable.
Yes.
Okay. So that is in the category of separation anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. So separation anxiety is something that horses experience when another horse, a person, or a place is taken away from them, or they are taken away from that place, because the other horse, person, or place represents a spot of safety and comfort for them. We know that when we separate a mare and a foal, or two horses that have grown up, we take one away while the other one has to stay in the stable. Or we would like to ride our horse out into the forest, and we want that the other horse that we're going with gallops away from us. Our horse might want to go also, right? So this is all in the category of separation anxiety, and it's something that can be very strong in a horse. So there's two things that are important, Sarah. One is that your horse sees you more and more as the lead. And
Yes.
I'm going to give you right away a quick exercise that you can practice for your horse to see you more as the lead, which is what we call field expansion. Because you said your horse is okay at the stables, and it's also okay walking away from the stables for a little ways, yeah? There just comes a moment, and now the horse is no longer okay. It is stressed because it's separated from its spot of comfort, which is probably the stables, the fields, the other horses. which means the horse is okay to go with you a certain distance in relation to the stable or the other horses.
Yes.
If you truly become the lead of your horse, the horse is okay to go all the way to Africa with you because you're the lead and it follows you. But if your horse sees another horse as his lead and that horse is by the stable and you take it away, then the horse is only okay to relate to you for a few minutes. Okay? It says, yes, I do something with you. This is okay for me. I'm still feeling safe as long as we don't go more than 1 mile from the house. Okay? So, because we cannot become the horse's lead on Monday morning, so we can be learning about lead mare communication and the lead principles, and we learn it in theory, we go to sleep, and in the morning we go to see our horse. Most likely, the horse has not chosen us just yet. There's a little process involved, which involves two things. It involves our own hearts and the belief system that we have inside, and our ability to be relaxed and calm and grounded and aware of our own body and our own breathing and aware of the horse and what's going on between us, plus aware of the environment. So this is one aspect.
Yeah.
And then leads don't get involved in other horses' emotions. Their job is to watch out for safety or for danger. So leads are often on the outside of the herd on a higher place in the wild looking for predators. And when they see one, they run off and they expect the whole herd to follow them. So when other horses are bucking, running, kicking, biting, excited, figuring out their hierarchy, the lead mare does not get involved. It is not her job. She's not interested in that. She takes her job extremely serious. So you need to take your job as the lead mare serious. Okay?
Mhm.
That means anytime we look at our horse and we go, oh, I wish he would calm down. I'm very worried that he's so stressed. We are already actually passive. A lead horse would not do that. A lead horse is calm, is grounded, is totally self-collected. She's doing her job. She's looking for dangers. When there is none, she stays calm. If there is a danger or it's something good to do, like going to a new field to eat better grass, she does that. She makes that decision. We as humans, we have a tendency that when the horse starts to have a problem, especially if the horse gets stressed, we also get stressed. And that hinders the horse to see us as the lead because they're looking for a place of security, safety, peace, love, joy. So what you can do, Sarah, on your journey to become the lead in your horse's eye, you can already do a quick exercise, or I explained the exercise to you briefly, that is going to help your horse, okay?
Yeah.
It's field expansion. We can do field expansion when the horse has not seen us as the lead yet. Now, all of you have horses. Most likely your horse is okay in its own stable, also just outside the stable where you're brushing your horse or where you're feeding your horse, and also in the field where the horse goes every day. Okay? So this is what we would call the field. Any area that the horse is comfortable. And the expansion is anything outside that the horse is not comfortable yet. So we'll take the horse from the place of comfort, the stable area, the field, and we walk 10 meters in one direction, Sarah. Say left, down the road. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
10 meters. Or if you know your horse is okay with a whole mile, well, then go 100 meters. But don't go 500 meters. Go 50 or 100. Then you turn around and you go back to the area of comfort. Into the arena, you walk around there, you maybe run around there and trot a little bit, And then you go back out and you turn right and you go 100 meters there.
So
Yeah.
I go outside, I go over the line of comfort.
No, way
I
below
stay
the line.
inside.
Much inside. You basically, let's just say, let's imagine we have an outdoor arena and your horse is comfortable in your outdoor arena.
Yes.
And then you go from the outdoor arena outside to the left for about 50 meters. And your
Yes.
horse is completely relaxed. You can eat some grass there and then you come back and you go back into the arena. This is a field expansion. You're basically including this little piece of road like it's your arena.
Yes.
And then you do the same to the right. And then you come back and you go to the left, maybe you go 200 meters and you come back and you don't go to the arena, you go past it 200 meters that way. Then you come to the arena, but you are communicating with your horse the same way on the road or where you're going out like you do in the arena. So in the arena, maybe you're asking your horse to walk next to you, to stop, to walk again, to stop. In your field expansion, you just pretend the road is also your arena. So you just continue with your training. Of course, we cannot be doing canter circles on the tarmac. You pick something you can do. Yeah. So you continue communicating with your horse and you start to mentally include the road 100 meters to the left and 100 meters to the right. You can go a little bit sideways, maybe do hindquarter yield, maybe you ask for a backup. You come back to the arena and you do this like everything is 100% normal. What will happen to the horse is he is going to stay in communication with you, focused on you. And now this piece of road is included in his area of comfort. If you, however, train the horse in the arena and he's connected to you, and then you just go out with him until he gets stressed, it means he's getting lost because he doesn't get enough direction from you. So you need to relate to your horse and talk to him exactly the same way as you do in the arena.
Yes.
And then you expand that. You might walk up the road, come back to the arena and do some trot circles. And then you go out of the arena and you turn the other way and you go 500 meters. And there you stop and eat grass. Okay. Then maybe there you do a few walks, stop, back up, or you can do a front end yield, a hindquarter yield. You can ask him to lower his head. You can ask for lateral flexion. And then you might trot back with him trotting on the verge, trot all the way back and rest in the arena. It's not about resting down the road. It's not about resting in a certain spot, and it's not about working in the arena and then relaxing outside the arena. It's basically including the roads, the forest, the other fields, everything until 20 miles around the arena as the arena. It all becomes the horse's arena because in every place you just keep on communicating with the horse. Does that make sense? And you don't go over the line to where the horse is stressed. You stay below where he's stressed. And you know exactly when you hit that point when you've gone too far. So let's say you're walking with your horse, Sarah, and all of a sudden your horse stops and he looks straight ahead. Yeah? Head up.
Yeah.
Then you look up. You look up and you go, you know what? I have a much better idea. And you turn around and you come home. Not all the way, 10 meters or so, 20 meters towards home. Then you turn around again and try to go again. Maybe the horse gets 2 meters further and he looks like that and you look too and you go, you're right, I see it too. Turn around even if you see nothing because there is nothing, okay? It's just because of the separation anxiety. It's too far for him or her. Turn around and come back 20 meters, 50 meters. Then turn around again and go again. And you do that 3 or 4 times and the horse is going to look at you and go, wow, you really have great ideas. I'm trusting you. You saw it, you felt it, I trust you. And then they just go with you. Maybe not another 2 miles, but maybe another 100 meters. There you can eat some grass and come home. And you just expand the field or the arena where your horse is comfortable until he's comfortable everywhere.
Okay. And at this point, I go over the line of comfort. And then I let it race for 10 meters.
Yeah, you don't go over the line by forcing the horse. If the horse stops and looks, you don't go over the line. You still turn around. You do it until the horse fluently walks with you and says, "Okay, I'm good. I follow you. I'm trusting you." Yes, and then you would go over that original line just a little.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Okay.
You can try that. You're welcome. Okay.
So is there anyone else who would like to ask a question? In case you speak German, we can translate. So just mentioning.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, Ingela.
Hi, Cassie. Hi.
One of my Highland ponies, he had a lot of fear when I got him, and he's come a long way. He's really great now, but he still can get anxious about something behind him, which makes him a little dangerous because if something frightens him, he will bolt. He has bolted before because a bicycle came up behind him, or, if there's a car that suddenly appears, or even if he's in the field and I drop a bucket behind him, something unexpected. He's really great if he knows you're there, but when something, and I don't know how to help him with this. I've spent a lot of time in zone 5 doing different things, and he's great if he knows it's me.
Yeah.
It's when it's something unexpected.
Okay, that's a great question, Cassie. Just, is it more noise or more movement or both?
Both.
Okay, so for everybody else, when we're talking about zone 5, we are splitting the body of the horse in zones just for easier communication. So the nose would be zone 1, then the eye, ear, and throat is the delicate zone, and then from behind the ear to the shoulder is zone 2, and from in front of the shoulder, the front legs, the back and the belly to the flank are zone 3, and from the flank to the top of the tail is zone 4, and the tail is zone 5. So Cassie's horse is afraid of motion and noise in zone 5. Now we're talking about a Highland. Those who are not familiar with this breed, it would be in the more colder-blooded breeds. And when you have a colder-blooded breed, so that's the draft horses, that's the cobs, this is basically your heavier horses. And the heavier horses are the ones that when they are worried, if they run just a little ways and then they stop and turn to check what it was in the natural. Whereas an Arab or a thoroughbred might run a very long way before they turn and look at the danger. Another characteristic that comes with them is all the heavier breeds, all the colder-blooded horses, they go first into something called a freeze before they flee. So now what we have is Cassie's horse. It looks like something happens, a noise or a motion, and something sudden happens. And in that suddenly, he instantly reacts and he bolts. So bolting is when the horse is just running off and you cannot communicate with him anymore. He doesn't hear us, he doesn't see us, and he's completely right-brained. This means the horse is actually a danger also to himself because he would just run into a truck or anything. They're not looking anymore. Their brain is not functioning anymore. It just gallop off.
And
So,
it's actually astonishing how fast he can go. He's not a quick horse. He's slow and steady. But when he gets afraid like that, he's like a racehorse. He's just gone. I was shocked how fast he moves.
Yes. So it's really, I love this question, Cassie, because over this last year, and for those of you who are listening, at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about one of my life coaching courses that I'm doing. It's how to create a fearless horse, step by step. And I used a unstarted Lusitano stallion for that series. And then over this last year, I had several people say to me, yeah, Ingela, you had this very flighty, very exuberant, very light, reactive horse. And that's really, really great that you managed to make him completely fearless and floppy and wonderful and relaxed. But this is not what I have in my stable. I have one that I've ridden for 15 years. He is good 99.9% of the time. I don't even think he's afraid. But then suddenly something happens and it's really dangerous. Okay. Or people say to me, my horse is not an Arab thoroughbred or Lusitano. He is heavy. He's pushing on me. He's pulling on me and I cannot get him light. So I decided to fly to England and pick 2 cops that have these issues. Okay. And then I spent 3 weeks filming how I am helping these cops to be light. So one of the cops was light, but afraid, like your horse, Cassie, I'm going to mention in a minute. The other one was very heavy. So the one I picked because they called him a thug. I went to this yard. It's a sales yard. So there's like 40 horses there. They're coming and going. They're selling them. They're show jumping them. They're hunting them. A lot of turnover on the yard. And everybody said, this one is a complete thug. We cannot, he just does what he wants. So if you want to lead him and he doesn't want to go, he doesn't go. If he wants to eat grass, he just pulls the people wherever he goes and he eats grass. And when you want to hack out or go on a trail ride, he only turns right. He's not going to the left. His whole life, he's never turned left. He only turns right. So there's something not right with that, but he was heavy. So I worked with him until he became super light. And just to tell you, even in this case, it was all fears. He was afraid. He was heavy because he was afraid. He didn't turn left because he was afraid. But it looks like it's disrespect. It looks like he's just loves to push and pull, but it's not true. This is actually what I've discovered, that most horses and most issues are that horses get triggered on their fears, just like humans. It's something from way, way back, and something that they experience today reminds them of the feeling they had in the past, and it snaps, and they're actually afraid, but it doesn't maybe manifest like fear. So the other horse was 99% of the time good, and then he saw a white egret. It's like a ostrich, a mini ostrich. He saw this and he proper freaked out. He galloped with the owner, completely headless, all the way home. She could not stop. She could not steer. She could not avoid anything. She was like non-existent. He galloped all the way home, did 2 right angle corners on the concrete to get to his stable and stop there. No stopping before that. So his fear was also feeling something or hearing something behind. He was a gypsy horse and he used to pull a carriage. And what you have with a lot of the heavier breeds is that it's easy to miss the little signals because they go into a freeze. And we as people are not very trained to see the freeze. And if there is that the heavier horse tends to freeze and go introverted, it just stops and he looks fine, but he's not blinking his eyes. He's just there and people think he's completely relaxed, he's fine, but he is not. He's actually in a freeze. And when we overrun that when we don't notice the freeze and we just keep doing, what happens is those horses go also into self-protection. And the way they do it is they just kind of shut down, they shut their heart down, and they just wait for it to be over. So they're holding everything together until they really cannot anymore. And if that happens to them when they're 6 months old or 1 year old or 2 or 3, this fear sits like so deep that when we try to do everything like you did, Cassie, I'm sure you did all the channeling in zone 5 and all of it, you don't reach it because it's way deep down. So I'm going to hopefully answer your question on how you can help him. Okay. So step 1. If he is completely okay when you're walking behind him, when you're stroking him, when you're waving things or making a noise when he's in a calm state. He is, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So when something happens that is sudden or it's a noise, it means it's a trigger, Cassie, okay? It's not that you haven't done your training, it's not that you haven't prepared him. It is that at today's circumstance, like a sudden movement or a noise, in his case, triggers a fear from the past. And the horse does not remember what happened. He only remembers the feeling. And if the feeling was fear, then he will snap out of his little freeze. The freeze might be a split second and then he bolts. He goes straight from the little freeze into full-on bolting.
Yeah.
Only fully involved in the emotion in the past, therefore not seeing anything. Okay. So with the heavy horses, it's very important we're watching for that freeze and we make 100% sure when we are exposing the horse, when we're exposing the horse to the noise and the motion to help him, that we are watching for that freeze. I'm telling you why, Cassie. When you do, let's say you can do a lot. You can be behind the hindquarters and you can wave stuff and you can flap plastic and bang on buckets and jump up and down like crazy and suddenly jump. Opa. Suddenly jump my microphone. Okay. So you can do all of these things because it's you and he knows you or even someone else, but you are there in his home environment. It doesn't trigger him. But it doesn't mean he's 100% okay with it or has let it 100% in. It is possible he is in a small freeze where he just stands there and says, it's okay. It's Cassie.
Yeah.
Okay? It's okay. It's just a bit of noise. But the fear has not been resolved. It hasn't gone all the way in his heart and come out, so he's confident with sudden fear and sudden noise behind. So I had this with this horse called Bob the Cob. Okay. He stood there and honestly, you could think that that horse doesn't have a single fear. He just looked fine. But I know he's not fine. He's just galloped off with the owner down the road from a white bird. That's not fine. Okay. So I stood there with him, and as long I could do pretty much whatever when he was online, even in motion. When he was at liberty, have you tried it at liberty as well, Cassie, with yours?
It's trickier at liberty
Yes.
because if it's sudden, he will run away. If
Exactly.
it's slow, he's fine. But if I'm quick, he's gone.
Exactly.
He doesn't
So-
run far then, it's not panic, but he will still run away and then turn and face me.
Yes. So a horse will, at liberty, stay in the freeze for as long as he can and hope this goes away. But there comes the moment he cannot stay in the freeze and then he's going to bolt. Okay? Now, of course, this is not how you're going to help him get better because he's holding it together, then he runs. So what we did with Bob, he had motion and noise fear behind the hindquarters in zone 5, Kathy. You need another person to help you at first. And first is important. First, you do liberty and really make sure the horse comes out of the freeze, but nothing spooky fast. But you stand with him in zone, ask from a 45-degree angle into a forward and check his response. Is he able at liberty for you? You ask very nicely with lead faces, very gentle. Ask him at the 45 angle from zone 5, can he softly walk forward? Watch his eye. Okay. Is there any tension in the body when he does that? And if you see tension, I will put him back online. But let's say he can do it. Let's say he's able to softly go into a walk while you're in zone 5 and is not in a freeze. You're then going to walk in that zone 5 and see if he allows you to be part of the herd. You just say to him, be free. And you want him to flow. You can get someone to help you, a young person that is good at running, for example, and then they can ask him to trot, okay? You want to see a soft transition into a trot, and the person needs to say to him from their heart, Terry, is Terry, right?
No, it's Chalk.
Oh, Chalk. You say, Chalk, Chalk, please go. Be a horse. Just go. Just trot, be a horse. And the moment he says, okay, I'm free, I'm going, then the person must need to say, oh, I'm going to invite myself too. I'm coming too. Can I come? Okay. And you want to check his response. If you say to your horse, you are free, go trot, have a nice time, and then you invite yourself to come along, we need to first check how is he with a human in motion in zone 5. Just a human. The human is not asking anything. The human is just saying, can I be like another horse and also come? Can I come along? And what you want to see is that the horse stays floppy, relaxed, and saying, yeah, of course you can come, and just kind of plots along, and the person runs quite close, not in kicking zone, maybe 2 meters at the 45-degree angle from the hindquarters, and the horse is relaxed. If that is good on both sides, great.
Yeah, I already know that will not be good.
Exactly. So if the horse makes more distance, gets tense, starts trotting faster, starts shooting off, we know that the horse is not okay with a human in motion behind. Then we also know it's most likely human related, and a noise or a sudden movement triggers this, but it was human related in the beginning. Therefore, we need to help him overcome the fear of a human in motion when he is in motion.
Yeah.
For this, you need to put him back online.
Yeah.
And you need to have him because you are his lead. And you're getting another person. With Bob, I got Richard. Okay? I am telling Richard what to do, and I am helping Bob. Richard is behind Bob, and we're in the arena. So Richard can, with his foot, bang the wood board on the side to make a noise, and he can make sudden movements behind Bob. Okay. You start off very low level. Can he be okay with the person walking there when you are with him and you say, everything is okay, Chuck, I'm right here. And you're watching just if he goes into a freeze, Cassie. So if he goes in the freeze, you start in a standstill, the person is behind, moving maybe just one arm or something, a stranger or someone he doesn't know well. At a distance, maybe 5 meters, then 3, then 1 or 2, and just moving something slowly, you check if your horse goes into a freeze. Not just by looking at him. You need to see, can you ask him for a soft walk while that person does that and a soft hold, and is this available or is there a delay? If there is a delay when you're asking him to start walking, he's in a freeze.
Mm.
Okay? So
Yeah.
you repeat until he can stand and the person is moving something a little bit, and you ask him for a soft walk and he's instantly there. Means his attention is on you. He doesn't care anymore about that person behind. Okay?
Yeah.
Then the person behind needs to increase their movement and the noise. First rhythmically, adding more. But you do all of that then in the walk, not in a standstill. First in the standstill, and when you have the soft transitions, then in the walk. Just rhythmically, is he okay with this? And if he speeds up, you are going to block him because you're going to ask him to stay in your energy, but instantly the person needs to stop doing.
Mm.
Don't keep the stimuli there, okay? That is important. In True Connection, we don't just flood the horse until it gives in and becomes helpless or hopeless. When there is a problem, the person has to pause so the horse can go from the activated sympathetic nervous system back into the parasympathetic, and you need to wait until he's back there. When he's in the green, nice and relaxed, the person starts again. Okay?
Yeah.
And what we do in True Connection is when the horse is worried about something, it's more difficult in motion, Cassie. So I'm going to explain it in the standstill, but you do it in motion. You stand there with chalk. The other person is, for example, advancing towards his hindquarters, doing this. Now he's showing a stress signal. His eye opening like this or looking to the side. The person keeps waving this because they were doing that already 10 meters back. That was okay. But they stop moving their feet towards the horse. But they keep like that. They stop and you wait for the signs of relaxation. You need at least 2. So head lowering, lip softening, eye blinking, minimum 2 signs of relaxation, and then the person can take another step. If he freezes and he shows a stress signal, the person needs to pause. So every time he shows a stress signal, the person stops. When he relaxes, the person advances. No retreat, only advance. Pause, advance, always waiting for the relaxation. Then you do that whole thing in motion in a walk. Then you increase the motion, increase the noise, and then you make it sudden.
Okay.
And you do all of that with you blocking him and saying, I promise you, I protect you. I checked this. It is no danger. You must be strong in this and sure.
Yeah.
But you also watch his stress signals. The moment he shows one, the person must stop. So you talk to them because you can see it, they cannot.
Yeah.
You just say stop, continue, stop, go, stop, go, like that, okay?
Yeah.
This is what we did with Bob. And Bob wanted to shut down and not take part in the exercise, okay? So we spent quite a long time to get him out of the freeze. And when he was out of the freeze and he was able to do something softly and pay attention and listen, then we increased it, and then he got afraid. He was scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we said, listen, this is from long ago. You've survived it. I've survived it. We're still here. I'm still here. You're still here. I'm with you. I promise it's going to be okay. And you're strong with that to say, I'm not letting you take that space in front, but the problem goes away. You're making the problem go away. You're saying to the person, stop, you make the problem go away. So he goes, aha, it is possible to stay in your energy and trust you. The problem goes away. It doesn't stay. That's important.
Yeah.
It's a process, but it took us, I don't know, maybe 3 hours, and we got Bob through all of his fears in zone 5, all of them. You can make noise and jump and sudden and wave branches, and he's good.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. You just have to go really, really slow and watch for those stress signals, not fast. It doesn't work. If you with the cold-blooded horses, we just randomly wave stuff. This does not work. They just go in a shutdown, and then they will still bolt. They will bolt. And that's why you check at Liberty. Where is he at? Because this little bit of rope, Cassie, gives him enough of a security for him to pull himself together. Yeah. When that's
Yeah.
not there, he'll still be in shutdown and then he'll go, you know?
Yeah.
So watch
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right?
That's
You're
great.
very welcome. But good, we're nearly up for time, Jana, right?
Yeah, so there's one more question in the chat. Do you want to answer this or do you want to explain about the Nexo course?
I can answer the question. Is it Catherine's?
It's from KFANT. I
Yes,
don't know.
that's Catherine's. Read it to me and I answer.
So I have a question, but I have to leave. I will continue to listen from my car. I took a fall last week off a horse that fell down from under me at the canter. I think it was a fluke accident, but how do I get my confidence back and can trust her that it won't happen again? It happened on a loose rein in the arena, but I usually ride her on a trail and canter as well.
Okay, so the fall was like a fluke, just sudden, yeah? And the question is about getting the confidence back. So, Catherine, what I would do is all those pre-ride checks. I think you know them. If not, I am just preparing a little 30-minute course. It's a short course on doing the pre-ride checks. That is checking if the horse is safe to ride. Okay. Go with your horse through that. This will give you a level of confidence that, okay, everything is okay. The horse is not afraid of any motion, noise, etc. Even if you think you know it's not, you still had that fall. So recheck for your own confidence that your horse is okay. It's in a good place. And then what you want to do is I would mount the horse and do lateral flexion and indirect rein and dismount the horse. Lead it a few meters, remount the horse. Go back to the mountain block, remount your horse. Try to mount your horse 50 or 100 times and then end of day, put it away. The next day, you do the same and then you just walk a few steps, 10 meters and bend the horse to a stop and get off and get on and do this. Don't do everything in one day. You need to do the small little steps till till there's no emotion, till you're 100% confident. You feel good in the standstill. You feel good with the mounting. You feel good with the walking. You feel good with the stopping. Lots of getting on and getting off in walk and stop. When that's good, trot, stop, get off. Walk, trot, stop, get off. Repeat it like that. And you do it until you feel okay. Back to trotting circles and bending to a stop, trotting figures of 8, then trotting straight lines, and then first do fast trots and slow trots before you canter again. That is how you check your own heart. Are you on a 0 or is the emotion coming up? And if emotion comes up or fear is coming up, do not go to the next step. Don't push yourself through. Just retreat and repeat the other step. And when you have a good feeling and a confident feeling, end on that note. But don't push yourself through the fear because it can increase the fear. Okay? Good, Jana. Do you want to share about the Nexo courses?
So in the first course, you can see how Ingela takes a 3.5-year-old Lusitano stallion and she explains him everything. And so that means she starts on the ground and does, for example, gentling in motion. And then you can really see every little step. So you're like a little, how do you say it, like a fly on the wall and you can watch everything. So suddenly also the horse gets distracted because the mares are just next to him and you can see this. Then you can also see like, how can I handle a horse that just is distracted? And there are 5 parts. And the first 4 parts about Nexo. And when I say it correctly, then the 5th part is with Maravilla. And so you can buy this online course with or without life coaching. So if you buy it with life coaching, then you have what we just had today every second week. And you can ask your questions and you can also send a little video. And so the videos with Nexo, you can watch them over and over and everything is also like with subtitles, and also Ingela is asking questions. So when you saw a video, then down, like underneath of it, there are sometimes a little bit theory or just question like, did you check this and this with your horse? Can you do this and this? And so it's not just a video you can watch. Yeah.
And to maybe say something overall, this course is really designed for anyone that would like to learn how to step by step create a fearless horse. So is that a young horse that you are starting, or maybe it's still a foal or a yearling, or is it a horse you've ridden for 15 years, but you just want to make sure he's not afraid? So you can follow step by step what I do with this unstarted horse. It was as Diana said, 3.5-year-old Lusitano stallion that has not been handled, so he couldn't lead, nothing. And I spent my time with him, taking him all the way until I was able to ride him bareback and bridleless with no string around the neck, nothing on the horse. And he would follow my thought and energy and be able to still choose me and listen to me, even riding next to the mares that were just in the other field, even mares that he had covered. So it's just a good, real step-by-step program that you can follow. But as Diana said, many people that buy this course and take part in it, the whole thing takes 1 year and 3 months. But maybe you will have questions that are not about what you're learning in the course. Maybe you have another question. And you are welcome to ask any question. We have questions from I can't get my horse to walk to I would like to improve my piaffe. What do I do? My horse is doing ABC. It doesn't matter where you're at or what level. It's all about building a heart connection with the horse and a really fine-tuned communication. And I have several different courses on the internet. Jana, maybe you put the link for the live coaching.
Done.
Okay. So what you see there that's the link to the first course with that Lusitano stallion. Each course takes about 3 months. So it comes with 3 months of life coaching. Then there is some theory courses that I have. If that interests you, that's just the theory on True Connection. And right now we are about to release a trailer loading course. And we made it in 3 parts. Actually, Corey was there when we filmed it, Corey, right? There, Corey's waving. She was there. She was my helper. She was the one banging on the trailer, shaking the trailer, making a whole bunch of noise. So the trailer loading course is for anybody and anybody. Everybody and anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a traditional dressage rider or you're a natural horsemanship person or you breed horses. It doesn't matter. It is basically how to help your horse really be fearless in the trailer so he can travel safely and without stress, and you also can be safe, because it is not safe to just load a horse's body in the trailer and hope he's okay, even if he goes in. So some horses, they arrive stressed, they arrive sweaty. Some horses paw or they neigh when they're in the trailer, when you stop at the traffic light or when you stop for lunch, they're not okay. And some don't like to load, or some rush out when you open the bag to let them out. So this course is really designed I show every single exercise that I do step by step. First in the arena, then outside the trailer and by the ramp, and then the trailer. Because there's lots of preparation work, because it's all about the horse being very, very confident. So that is going to start to be released next week. So anybody that is interested in receiving either the link to this trailer loading course or a special Christmas discount to to that course we talked about in the Fearless Horse series and life coaching, please put your email into the chat, because we don't know who you are and we don't have your emails. So if you would like information, please put it there. You can unsubscribe anytime. It is not a mailing list. It is literally Jana sending you the email. Then you can
And
just
please
say, please
write
don't send it to me.
not only your email, please also write your full name so
Oh,
I
yes.
know it belongs. That would be
First
awesome.
name and last name and email into the chat. That would be great. You can send it as direct message to Jana or in the comment chat as you wish. And then we would send you the details for any courses that are on offer, because I always do a Christmas discount. So if you want to buy someone a Christmas gift or you want to get in a course, the cheapest time of the year is going to be for Christmas. Okay. So that's going to come up and we will email you from when to when you can access this discount and information about the trailer loading course. And then sometimes next year is going to be modules on specific subjects, all filmed with the heavy horses. If you're interested in also that, please put your email there, your details, and then at least you're going to be in the loop. Okay? Great. So we are just going to wait for a minute. I'm not going to cancel it out. Is there anybody who would like to say something just before we finish? You're very welcome.
Just thank you very much, Ingela. It's
Very
always
welcome.
great to hear from you.
It's great to have you here, Kathy. Wonderful. Okay. Jana, was there anything else you would like to say? Did we forget something?
I guess we said everything.
Okay. Maybe just to, yeah.
Like, just wait until really everyone sent the email.
I'm waiting. So while we're waiting, Corey, do you want to just share a little bit about what life coaching means to you so they can hear from someone else?
You have to unmute
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, I was trying to unmute myself. Sorry. I hit my screen and I don't see it. Yes. Well, I've had I bought a young horse as a baby, and I didn't think, this was one example, I didn't think I could start her by myself, but the Nexo course, just like Ingela was saying, she takes an unstarted horse and starts the horse, and I was able to do my own horse, which I never could have imagined. And then that with the live coaching, just the live coaching is amazing, because even if I don't have a question, I have learned so much from everybody's question, and you sometimes hear the same answers, but just to hear it again has been so helpful. And then I bought a horse that had a really bad, abuse type background, who had tons of fears, and he bucked with the saddle, had not fully accepted the saddle, and he has totally changed as well. So I don't know where I'd be without Ingela's True Connection. And, I came from a natural horsemanship Pirelli background, but to me, Ingela's program just has the heart connection, and just the horses want to be with you, and you really, really do just get a close connection to your horse that I've not experienced in other programs. It seemed like something was missing, but with Ingela's, the horse starts to trust you and wants to be with you, and then you just see problems go away that you had before. So I highly recommend, and just the community of other True Connection students all around the world has been amazing, because I know Jana and Sabrina, and we get to see each other, and I don't know, that's
even
just
though
really,
you're from America, can you
even though
believe
I'm in America, yes. I wish there was someone near me close.
You could always move. You can move to Europe.
Yeah, I might be careful. So it's just been great. I just highly recommend. It's really been good for me. I don't know what I'd do without it, to be honest. So, oh yeah, North Carolina. I'm in Tennessee. Yes.
Hello, Tiffany. You're also in North Carolina. I love North Carolina. I'm visiting anytime I'm invited.
Pretty close. Yes. Awesome. Yeah.
So good.
Join. Missouri.
Oh, look at that, Missouri. This is
Woo.
awesome.
I have another
Okay.
friend in Missouri I'd like to join. So
Corey, you better
that's
connect to those people and then we can run a course somewhere
Yeah.
central to between North Carolina and Missouri.
That'd be so great.
I
Yes.
will come to watch.
Yes. Come, Yana. That'd
Okay.
be great.
Great. So thank you very much, everybody, for attending. All of those who have the cameras on and all of those who don't have the cameras on. We loved having you here. Now, those who have the cameras on, please smile because I'm going to take a photo where we all look pretty good as the cover for this, okay? Ready? Okay. When you're ready, everybody that can, yes, please turn your cameras on. Hi, Tiffany. So great to have some Americans here. I'm very happy about that. So we have Switzerland represented, England, America. What else we have? Austria.
Yeah.
Austria. Yes. Okay. That's awesome. Are you ready? Smile. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You all have a great evening and you will be hearing from us. Sometimes we're not super great at sending you emails. You for sure won't get a lot. You might get like 3 around Christmas and never another one again. So if you're missing us, contact us and say, hey, have you forgotten me over here? Then we say, no, we're just not so good at emailing, but we're working at it, okay? Thank you so much. Jana, do you have everybody's contact? I can sign out?
Yeah, actually I have 5. So if these are all, then yes.
Okay. We have 18 people, but that's totally okay. You don't have to give us your email. Just for those of you who would like and don't know how to do it, however you found me, Instagram or Facebook, write me there. Okay? I think, oh, look, more emails are coming over here. Jana, just take those.
Yes, just saw it.
Yep. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So good. We hope we see you around. You have a fantastic time and we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a really wonderful time off. And we just bless you and looking forward to connecting with you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye together.